welcome back to the JT Ride or Die podcast. This is a podcast about Justin Timberlake for fans, by fans. And we have a fun episode, kind of retro related for you guys. Today, we are doing the album review for FutureSex LoveSounds, which is kind of ironic because he just launched into his festival bid for the summer, and it was very FutureSex LoveSound laden. It was quite a few hits from there, some that were pretty surprising. So we'll be reviewing that. I guess first we want to talk about the festival list a little bit, right? Because, yeah, we had some hits from that album. So, Kels, you have the list.
Yes. So just a basic rundown of the list, or do you want me to just go over FutureSex LoveSound songs?
You could just briefly go over what was in the list.
Okay, so for the festival set list, he really mixed it up a bit. So he started the intro with Mirrors. Then he did Cry Me a River, No Angels, Love Stone, Like I Love You, My Love, Sexy Ladies, Play, Senorita, Summer Love, Suit and Tie. Then he did Rock Your Body, Can't Stop the Feeling. He did the acoustic version of Selfish, What Goes Around Comes Around, Holy Grail into TKO. And then he did Let the Groove and Sexy Back. And then he ended with an encore of Until the End of Time.
Okay. It was an interesting lineup. There was also some like little woven moments in there. The transition between like Rock Your Body had a bit of Kendrick Lamar's Squabble Up. There was the cover of Pharrell's classic She Likes to Move. There was a slight change. I don't know if it was My Love or Summer Love. Ooh, somebody's gonna stone me. But the beginning had horns that we didn't have in the past. Oh, I think that was Summer Love because My Love got kind of a party remix from Andrew.
Yes.
Andrew's influence is in a lot of, you can feel a lot of the shifts and change for more of a party vibe, which is kind of interesting to see. So yeah, there's so much footage off of the internet. So if you are not going to be able to attend, do not despair. I encourage you to go on IG or Twitter. You can piece together the whole show. There's a lot of good stuff out there.
All over the place.
Yeah, all over the place. Yeah, today.
All over the place. Some of the set lists was like, I wish there had been more of the new album, but for festivals, typically they play as a more hits
General
vibe.
Public.
General
it's more
public.
A party vibe, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was a little disappointing to see. I think Fucking Up the Disco would have been really good.
Right.
Yeah,
me too.
And even Imagination. I missed Play. I saw it, but it happened so briefly. Core Selfish, should have stayed. And
No Angels.
Yeah, that's really
it. Snippet of No Angels. Yeah.
Really worked. So. But yeah, it was good. I stayed up way too late looking for lives, caught a live in like the last 30 minutes, I think. So that was cool. But I think I'll rely on the internet to feed me clips. It'll be interesting to see if anything changes because he's stuck very tight to the tour. So things may change and they may not. But it's pretty cool. And he has Aaron back as backup. I know there was some controversy that he didn't have dancers. But in defense of him, most artists don't have dancers during their festivals. And he certainly has not in the past. So that's really nothing.
I feel like it actually worked a lot better too. Like I love the dancers, don't get me wrong, but Raven, Aaron did an amazing job. So did Jaden and Cameron. Like they all pulled it off really well, and I feel like it just worked really well. Like I wouldn't mind seeing a tour with just them either.
Right.
It's a show that moves very quickly. The transitions are very fast. The songs are cut and pasted very quickly. So not having the dancers is smoother because some of the songs aren't even that fleshed out. Some of them are bits and pieces put together. So it does kind of work.
Yeah.
If you want to see the dancers, go to the tour next time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the festival is just as good, y'all. It's just as
Yeah.
I
it
feel
is.
like people are really like forgetting that festivals are different than tours, because some of the comments that I'm reading, I'm looking at that and I'm like, that's a festival. Festivals are a completely different vibe. They're a completely different setup. They're not like a specific artist.
audience.
There's many different artists. There's people coming to see many different people. So it doesn't work the same way as a tour. So I just feel like people just need to realize a little bit that festivals are completely
The
different.
lighting's
vibe.
different.
Yeah.
I do understand. Some people feel like, well, you know, he unlike America and Europe, he didn't play any South American spots, and I do very much understand that. I am sensitive to that, especially like Argentina hasn't been in there in 20 years. Honestly, don't know why that happens.
Yeah.
It just kind of happens. So I am sensitive to the cultural aspect of, hey, you know, we never got the full show and now we're here and we're still not getting the show. But I just encourage people, you know, to come out. If you can, go to the festivals. It's still a great time. It's still a great chance to see him in his element. You know, please still pick up the album and go on YouTube. There are so many great videos in 4K. I know it's not the same thing, but there's literally like 4K videos of the whole show. So
but most of the comments were coming from people that went and saw him on tour, and they were kind of like, so I didn't know what they thought that they were going to get, because I understand what you're saying, and we all should feel, you know, sympathetic for everybody that didn't get the tour. But a lot of the comments that were coming were just from people that had gone to many shows on the tour, and I'm like, okay, well, you already saw the tour. This is different, you know, like.
Yeah,
just
that is
for what
interesting, because festivals are, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're always different. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're going to kind of go into album ranking. So we're going to go song by song, thoughts, and constructive criticism. I'm trying to say critiques.
Constructive being the key word.
Right, constructive. There's some controversy in the fandom of what that means.
Yeah.
And make sure we rate our song 1 to 10. I'm so bad at this because at the album, I'm gonna write it down this time, because as we go along, I just be saying stuff and then my ranking makes no sense at the end. Like, hey,
I did my least favorite first, and then my most favorite, and then I did the middle, and that made it a lot easier.
Okay.
I just went start to finish.
I was just listening start to finish, and I made no notes the entire time. So let's go. We're gonna start off with title track of FutureSex LoveSounds. What do we think about that one?
I had it at number 4, and I think it's one of his strong. I have it listed at number 4, and I have it as probably one of his stronger. What's the beginning song called? I can't think of the word.
Yeah, like
opening song.
Oh, the opening song.
Okay, so so you would give it a 4 out of like a 10, or
no? I have it as my
list.
Fourth on the list.
Oh, okay.
What's your rank out of 10?
Probably a 9. I would say.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Kels?
I agree. It's a really good opening song for him. It's a really strong song. It's a sexy song. It's probably 10 out of 10 for me. I loved it on the tour too. The tour, it sounded really good. So, but yeah, on the album, definitely 10 out of 10. Super strong opening song for him.
Yeah, it's a really a good opening song. I agree with y'all. And you know how I am with my rankings, so I'm going to drive you crazy, but I give it a 9.4. It's one of my favorite songs on the album, not my absolute favorite, but it's high up there, and it just has a really good feel to it. Like Kelsey said, it has a sexy vibe to it, and his whole album really does. I feel like the album gives, you know, a sexy, confident, and like loved feeling when you're listening to it, and I feel like that's awesome to feel all three things in one album. So
I'm sorry. I was mulling over the 9.4. I was trying to like. Anyway,
I forgot about your random rankings.
I totally tens out, okay?
That's crazy. there are times in this man's career where he just deserves a 10, and I think FutureSex LoveSounds is a 10. I really can't poke any holes in it. It tells you what you're getting into from the moment you first hear the opening chords.
Mhm.
It was very. I should know when this album came out. Anybody know?
2007?
There we go.
September 12th, 2006.
Exactly.
Oh,
I had that
so
too.
you're off.
Okay.
Oh.
But anyway,
2006.
yep. There you go. It was very much like the sound at the time, and yeah, 10 out of 10. I was so glad to hear it like brought back for this tour. And on the tour we had the lightsaber. I'm sorry it didn't make it onto the festival.
Yeah.
I can see where it wouldn't
too.
fit into the festival. But I'm sorry
Yeah.
it didn't. I'm sorry they don't get to see the saber in person and Blocky and the sex animations. I remember during the tour I was standing next to like a kid and I was just like melting, but there's also a child, and I was like, this feels wrong.
Well, he performed it in festivals past, I think, FutureSex LoveSounds, but without the saber. And it still sounded really, really good.
I can't do it again without it.
Now that the saber's out, he can't perform it without the saber. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But also, speaking of this song too, there's controversy on the lyrics of it because he says tongue, and people think he says tone.
It's tone.
And then, so it's
I thought it was tongue.
It's tongue.
It's tongue.
He said tone.
I thought it was tongue.
He tried to say that
It's
years
tongue.
later, but in the beginning, he said
There's no way it's tongue. All of these artists are getting old and they're forgetting their lyrics. We just went through this with Usher, who claimed he was asking who's in the streets when he's been saying cruise in the streets for 20 years. I'm not arguing with these older men. Their memories are failing. It is
I'm
big
just
tongue.
saying it's tongue, period.
We're keeping it
It's
that
tongue,
way.
period.
He got kids, now he want to act like he's saved. No, bruh, it was tongue. It's going to remain that way. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Right, your mama. The next track.
Oh, man.
The next track is Legendary Sexy Back. And I, in the past, would have given this song an 8 out of 10 until I heard like the live version that he's done on this tour. And I was like a 7 out of 10 because I really wish we would get like the live version forever.
Me too.
It's not even a song I like listen to often. I'll be straight honest with you. It's a great song. If he released the track from the concert with like kind of the mixed R&B vibe in it, I would listen to it a lot more. So I think for me that one is a 7 out of 10.
I agree. It's not one of my favorite songs, and I remember hearing it the first time and I was like, what is this? And it was one of those songs that had to grow on me.
Yeah. I agree.
I feel like an 8, 7 and a half.
The first time I heard this song too, I was like, what is this? But I mean, he throws us like that all the time. I think he did that with a couple other songs like Filthy off the other albums and stuff like that. But the more you listen to it, like the more you like really feel the vibe and like you get into it. But this song to me always has a feeling that it's like a song out of a porno. Like when I hear it, it's like instantly think of like a porno.
Everything is dirty to you.
Everything is dirty.
Like,
Wow.
yeah, when you think about it, it's got like the beat to it and everything. Like it sounds like the opening, like
a pizza delivery man coming
through
the
door.
And it's just like, and then it goes right into it, and then like a bring it sexy back. Like, okay, yeah, you are okay.
Make an edit with his character from
Jacques Lacroix Grande.
Yes.
Oh my God. No, we will not be broadcasting that. And then she was like, we were talking about porn, and she goes, let's make an edit. And I'm like, wait a minute. This is nuts, 'cause I need quickly.
She was like, where are you going? Wait, we can't.
That is so great. We need to do that.
It was different. I think what's really interesting about that song is he said they didn't want him to do it. They kind of fought him on it. And I can see why. Coming off Justify, they would have been like, this is a bit much. It's an it was an image changer. It was a sound changer, but it worked. And a lot of
And then
times
everybody copied him.
right.
Yeah.
And the sound music
Yeah.
changed after
Mhm.
that. And also he saw its capability beyond just what you were hearing because it's gone through multiple evolutions of sound as he's done it over the past 20 almost 20 years. So yeah, so it's definitely become legendary and bigger than what was on the initial track. Kelsey, did you give yours?
Yeah, I really love Sexy Back the first time I heard it. That's when I actually, this album in particular, I started paying more attention to Justin as a solo artist. And this album, you know, defined him. He actually had wanted like a more of a rock influence when he started recording for FutureSex LoveSounds, because Justify was more like R&B influence, like with Michael Jackson and Stevie Wonder. And he said this one he wanted to sound more like David Bowie and Prince. And you can definitely hear throughout this entire album the influences of David Bowie and Prince. It played everywhere. I remember I was a freshman in high school.
So
I
much.
heard this so much. And him collabing with Timbaland. If you haven't heard the story, I think it's on Apple Music for Zane Lowe. He talks about the story of how they came up with it.
Yeah.
And so go and listen to that if you haven't heard it. It's a pretty cool story because it's so simple how he recorded it. And then Genera, like you said, he had to fight with the record company about releasing it as a single. And I'm so glad that he did because it changed him as an artist and it changed pop culture. So I'd probably give this song like a 9 out of 10.
It did. It changed the face of a lot of things. Despite, I think I was in my last year of middle school. It might have been the first year of high school since Mary Kelsey so close. My parents are kind of like, they're a bit mad. They're not really happy about this.
I mean, with the parental advisory label,
and then
on
it
the
just
album,
keeps getting
it made a statement. I'm like, what is this parental advisory label? I'm like, oh, okay.
I remember,
mother.
That was amazing.
Wow.
Oh my
I remember
God.
like my parents like
why is this censored?
Like,
I'm so confused. And
right. And they were like, listen,
Yeah.
how bad can it get? Here you go. They didn't really listen to it. And I remember like listening to FutureSex LoveSound, which comes before Sexy Back, and just kind of being like, I can't let them hear this.
Yeah.
I'll never get it back.
Like, oh my God.
Oh, they can't hear this. So
they
yeah.
Can't hear this.
It gets bad before
It gets stuck in your head no matter what, too. Somebody says Sexy Back now, the song is just playing in my head constantly. So I'm listening to all of you, but I'm also like, I'm bringing Sexy Back like the whole time.
See, it never really gets stuck in my head because like I have fun with it and then I move it along. It's not one of the ones that like just stay in there, but it is catchy. It is catchy. I'm not saying it's not. Speaking of catchy, like, okay, so Sexy Ladies made a comeback at the festival.
Yeah.
Surprisingly. Yeah.
I've had that stuff in my head all day.
The choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an okay song, but I'm never like, ooh, let me play Sexy Ladies. And now I love Let Me Talk to You. Love it. Love that. So it's a double song. So I take the last half going into My Love is like amazing, but the Sexy Ladies, I don't really know why he decided to put that on the festival list. But maybe he thought
that was so random.
I don't know. Maybe he thought it was kind of a cool segue vibe. I don't know. But
maybe
I would say that would probably be a 4. It's not a bad song. It's just not something I would go to play. So I would give it a 4 out of 10.
That is low. Woo! A 4.
That is what I think of that song. If I could split it up, I would rank it higher because I love Let Me Talk to You so much. And I feel like that could have been its own, like it should have been its own interlude.
Yeah.
And I would have given it an 8.
It could have been.
But since it's paired with Sexy Ladies, everybody gets a 4.
I usually skip it. I probably listen to it maybe twice a year, you know?
She said twice a year.
Yeah, like a 5 out of 10, I would put it.
And on the birthday and Christmas treats.
Yep.
Well, I am on the other part of the scale for this. It's definitely like, I think my lowest song on the album ranking wise, because I gave it an 8, but it's still an 8 for me, where I don't listen to it every time I listen to the album, but I listen to this album in full more than I listen to any of the other albums. So I like it. It's got a good vibe to it. So an 8.
Did she say her lowest ranking song on the album is going to be an 8?
Is that 8?
Oh,
Yep.
She said this album
And
is
then y'all
perfect.
got a 4 and a 5. Like, that's funny.
Yeah, the lowest on my ranking sheet is an 8.
There's
I
only
got
2
4.
songs that I have low rankings for, so that's just one of them.
Mine is the same as Kel's. Mine's an 8 too. Like I said, I had it stuck in my head all day. It's a very funky vibe. He described it actually as Minneapolis funk, which I'm assuming is Prince reference.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's a Prince reference for sure. So, but yeah.
All this time, I thought Prince was from Minnesota. Why did I think that?
So did I. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I would give it an 8.
I liked it on the festival too. I think he did a good job with it. Like it performed.
He really did.
Well.
Yeah.
It feels like one of the songs that maybe he'll switch up
Mm-hmm.
or something.
I'd be testing it.
It's definitely one of the ones that can be switched up.
Right.
I have a feeling with this festival, just like as he's getting older, like he's gonna like start and he's gonna ride these festivals out. So whatever we get in like the next couple of shows, that's what the whole summer is gonna be. So it'll be interesting to see, like just like the main tour, you know, they always track and they always look and see what gauge is. So we will definitely see if that stays. It was just like it was a shock to see it on the festival list, not gonna lie. I would pick something else, but it's cool. We'll see how it grows. Next.
That's what she said.
I was gonna say you beat me to it.
That was a good one. Next up is My Love, which is really good. Yeah, I mean, this was just a 10. I have so many memories from this song for some reason. Not even like crazy good stuff, just like, I think it came out during the summer or something. I don't know, or spring.
I think it was the summer. It played everywhere too. So yeah.
Oh man, yeah, good stuff. 10 out of 10. It's just the feeling, and yeah, that's one of the best classic ones.
I have it as a 10 also. It's probably in my top 3 on the album also.
Yeah. And live, it just sounds
really
so good.
Song.
Yeah, live, it's very good.
It is really good live. I have when I went to his tour, that was the shirt I actually got, was the My Love tour shirt. That's my favorite shirt to this day. I still love it. And of course I love the partnering with T.I., especially when they did Dead and Gone too. So they've like partnered up a couple times. And I rank this a 9.2.
What?
Because it's a higher up one for me.
A 9.2.
Yes. 9.2.
If anyone
want a 10.
A 10. Yeah, because I just want to say that if anyone happens to be watching this, that sometimes Justin deserves a 10. Like sometimes in life you're a fucking 10. And this is a 10. Okay.
Listen, you need to give people room to keep growing, and Justin himself would never give him a 10 because he feels like he can keep doing better. So I'm just on his grading scale. Just saying.
Never give himself a 10. Oh, I know sometimes he would give himself a 10. Let's
Maybe
go.
in the bedroom, but not in music.
Yeah.
I did.
I was trying to slip it in there and see if you caught it.
I swear to God, it's not. All right. So, I mean, that ranks really high for everyone. The next one, Love Stoned, I think she knows, is another one that ranks really high with people. Is weird for me because it wasn't one that I liked initially. I just didn't, which is crazy now. I think I had to get older to appreciate it. I would definitely give that song an 8 out of 10. I think it has like one of the best transitions he's ever pulled off in music. It just had to grow to appreciate it. It wasn't something that I really cared for as a teen, but I do like it now. So I would definitely give it an 8 out of 10.
I have it as a 10 out of 10. It's probably my second favorite song. And
Okay.
I feel like that song, you need to listen to it with headphones on
For sure.
That's
and
true.
close your
Yeah.
eyes and listen to it,
Yep.
and you fully appreciate it.
Right.
But
The
I
production
love
value is top tier for sure.
when he performed that for the 2020 tour. I think that was my favorite time he did that song. He had like a big screen and he was like on a mountain. Do you remember that?
Nope.
Yeah,
I gotta remember that.
it was good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I do remember the mountain
Mhm.
part.
And like
yeah.
the mountains were like going past him.
Yeah.
Yes. I
Yes.
do
It
remember
was
that.
pretty
yes.
cool. Yeah.
Why did I think that was for? Oh, it was. Oh God. Oh, I thought you meant FutureSex LoveSounds. Like I don't remember that during that.
I
No,
didn't see that.
I remember 2020. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Definitely forgot all about that. Cool. Wait, where were we? All right, yeah. So that's a really good one. I liked the way it was done in the new tour, in the Forget Tomorrow tour too. It's just, yeah. I mean, he did both. What am I saying? I was about to say he just does. I think she knows, but like I'm so hypnotized by the way the lights hit him that
Yeah.
I only
Oh, that
remember.
was
I only
so
say in that
good.
part. It's engineered where the lights hit him from everywhere, literally, and it's just done so well and beautiful. That did that make it to the list? I don't think that made it to the festival.
No, I don't think so.
It did not, which is a shame. Lovestone did. It's right after No Angels. I did hear it. My bad. But I think she knows it's cut. It's just a tragedy, and it's time purposes because it's one of those you have to take your time with it. But definitely look that up. Both what Jenny was saying for 2020 and Forget Tomorrow World Tour.
Yeah,
Right, so we
for sure.
take a little break. Did everyone go? Did everyone rank it? I feel like someone did it.
No,
Ross,
I
did
don't
you?
think Kelsey. I didn't either. Did you?
No.
Okay, so I give it an 8.5, and I just want to say that this man's transitions on all of his albums are just like something that he's like known for now. He's just so good, and like I love all of his transitions. Whether you're a big fan of the songs or not, the transitions are always really done really well.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree. Yeah. The production value is incredible. I give it 10 out of 10. It's in my top 3 for the album, and I do love it live. I do during this tour, the way the lights hit him when he does I Think She Knows is just, oh my God. It's so sexy and incredible. So yeah.
All right. So we have some news. We'll take a little break from the rankings. We have some news and facts. Who wants to go first?
I can go first.
Okay.
Justin will play the Ernest Happel Stadium in Vienna with a special guest, Timbaland, on July 14th.
Sore subject for me.
And I found a quick fact for the stadium. It's the largest stadium in Austria.
Wow.
It can hold up to 50,000 people, but we don't know how much of that will be cut off with his stage. Since announcing his festival dates in Colombia, he had 22 songs charting on iTunes, and FutureSex LoveSounds charted to number 1 on the album charts.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
He now has over 41 million monthly Spotify listeners, and NSYNC now has over 1 billion streams of Bye 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 on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Then something else. Oh no, we already covered that. I was listening to something else. There, he's NSYNC did it, and he's had like "Sexy" back recently, and I think "Can't Stop the Feeling." So they've been knocking that out.
He should be credited on "Where's the Love" also, because that would be another $1 billion.
Really, he's not
$1 billion.
Which he doesn't, and when they list it, they don't put him on for some reason. Like he was literally in the video.
That's insane. I did not know that.
They said when they released it that he was going to have overexposure.
That's so
That's
strange. He should have
silly.
been credited.
They should just
Yeah.
do it right now. Just put me on there.
20 years
Yeah.
later, can we
Yeah.
Right, just put him on
make
there.
it
Yeah.
a
Can we do
vision?
something?
Do it now, because he had
Do it
the Black
now.
Eyed Peas opening for him during, was it Justified tour that they
think so,
opened
yeah.
up for him? Yeah,
Yes.
but
Well,
I don't
that's
know why he
interesting,
didn't
'cause,
do
like,
it.
That
Today,
is
there would
interesting.
no such thing as overexposure for
Right.
an artist.
No.
They don't do that for other people. There's certain people that are all over the place and they don't.
Well, that was back then. I don't know. They may have done it for other people. Now they certainly wouldn't, but that's interesting. Thank you, Jenny. Kelsey, what do you have?
Well, I do have some interesting facts about the album, some award stuff. So we know how Justin doesn't write his songs on paper because he says it slows him down. Another Song All Over Again was the only song he did write on paper, which I find very surprising. That was one of the producers, Rick Rubin. He said that. Losing My Way was inspired by a documentary Justin watched on crystal meth addiction, which I found very surprising. FutureSex LoveSounds took a year to complete, and Justified took only 6 weeks, which was super surprising. I didn't think Justified was that quick.
Gross.
Yeah. It was like it was only a little bit on the summer, and then it was released at the end of the summer.
Mhm.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's very quick.
That's why like they thought he would be like back in the group.
Right.
He's just fucking around.
Yeah.
Well, I think he wanted to take his time too, because it had been 3 years in between, so he wanted to take his time, and of course the sounds and the songs being all over the place musically, I think he definitely wanted to take his time with this album. So
That's my favorite partnership he did with Timberland. Like, this album is my favorite collab with the two of them. I know they worked together many times, but this is my favorite.
Me too. I love the collabs with Timberland.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
We're just talking about the album just in general.
Oh, okay. Because I was like,
collabing with Timberland.
I was like, I know he did like collab. I was like, he was on Losing My Way. What was the first? No.
No, we were just talking about the whole album in general.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got
do you want me to read more?
Yeah.
Okay. It debuted at #1, selling more than 684,000 copies in his first week on the Billboard 200. It was 4 times platinum. It was the 18th best-selling album of 2006, and it's added to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's Music and Library Archive.
Ooh, nice.
So yeah. And then he had 4 songs ranked #1. It was Sexy Back, My Love, What Goes Around, and Summer Love. All debuted on #1 on the top 40. He won 5 Grammys, and then he won 4 MTV VMAs, including Artist of the Year and an award I've never heard of before. It's called the Quadruple Threat Award.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
They made that just for him and then took it away.
Yeah.
Right.
I knew they had the triple threat. I didn't know about the quadruple threat, but I remember him winning.
I had to read it.
They probably
It's a quadruple.
SNL.
Yes,
Yeah.
acting,
Dancing.
like, movies,
Singing,
Dancing.
dancing, acting, and writing.
Producing.
You sexy, here you go.
Producing, writing,
producing.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit. But I'm so happy for you.
I mean, hey, the man can do it all, so.
Quadruple.
Acting, singing, dancing. You look good. Here you go.
Yeah,
I love that.
For hotness too.
Yeah.
For hotness, honorary hotness.
We're adding categories to it, so
Yeah,
it'll be like
we'll
a
keep
10.
adding categories.
Yeah.
I mean, now we have like real hot girl shit. He did it before they did. I don't know.
That's all I got.
Okay, no, that was great. He was everywhere when the album released.
This album was everywhere.
The album was everywhere. He was everywhere, for sure. This next song, go back into ranking, was everywhere. It's not one of my favorites.
I know how Janira feels about this one.
I don't know why I dislike it so much. The video was great. I watched the video all the time because it was like a movie.
Yeah.
It was wonderful, but I didn't like the song, which is crazy. So it just doesn't do anything for me. I mean, production-wise, it's great, so I'll give it a 4 out of 10 because it's not badly put together. It just doesn't never connected with me in any way.
I'm the
Except-
opposite.
Well,
Except he was in
really
my
like
face
the song.
singing it during VIP. And I was like, this is wonderful.
It's different when he's in your face singing it with the guitar.
Right.
Yeah.
I liked the song when it came out. I like the ending the best. I think it could have been shorter. And like sometimes when you're
Right,
listening to
right.
it on the radio, they cut out the ending. Like they should
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes me so
do
mad.
the beginning edited and leave the ending. But I always
Yeah.
like it on tour.
Okay, I'll give it a
performs
5
with
out
his
of 10.
guitar.
She's right.
I give-
because the ending is boss.
I give it a 8.5.
And well, he always has a infamous 7-minute song on an album, so this
Yeah.
was that. And I didn't ever feel like it was too long because I do like this song. It
Mhm.
just I always vibed with it. I really like the transition part. Obviously, when he's like, it's kind of like a punch to the face, like, "Hey,
Right.
like, you deserve it."
Yeah.
Like, I really like when he gets like that, and that song has a lot of this, and it just, I don't know, I can relate to it, and there's a lot of people I can see that this song is about, I would say. So my ranking for it was a 9.5. It's one of my higher songs, and the video was really good too. Love the video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love the video too. I also love the Love Stoned music video too. And I love how you didn't get to see him until the end in the gray suit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Love Stoned. What Goes Around is a 10 out of 10 for me. I love it. I always vibe with it, especially, the part where that rap part, you just kind of want to scream, sing into your car and just vibe with it. I kind of wish he did that part on this tour. I know he did it in tours past, and where he had the camera like that. I love that part. Yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 for me. Definitely a vibe for sure. And I do like it when he did it acoustically too. I thought that was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of had me shook because I was kind of like, dang, like, I know she was there.
Somebody pissed
But like, you
off.
wanted her to
Like,
get in the car and die. Like,
Yeah. And people, of course, thought it was about, past relationships, but it wasn't. It was about his best friend's relationship.
I mean,
Yeah, it was not.
Yeah.
It was not about her at all. It was about his best friend's relationship. He was
Mhm.
dating an actress at the time, and she did him dirty, and so Justin wrote a song about it.
there's a
It
lot
was
of
one of the first
controversy
songs
about
he
that.
wrote too.
Yeah.
Huh?
What Goes Around, it was one of the first songs he wrote for the album.
Oh.
Oh, I was like, wait, no, these fucking songs before that one. There's a lot of controversy where it came from. I'm sure it was a blend of maybe his friend's relationship, definitely his, I
And
don't know
watching
anyone,
movies.
I don't know anyone who hasn't been in a relationship who probably wished that person in that moment would die. It's a human reaction. It's so cold-blooded,
But if you look at the video, Scarlett
No, it's
Johansson is
sad.
casted in the video, and she's like a doppelganger for the actual person it was for.
I guess I'm of the mindset
okay.
it's probably about multiple people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
like
sure
he always says, inspiration
multiple
comes
things.
from everywhere, and sometimes it's just play. He says often it's just playing a role like an actor. So, yeah, it just had such a question and ending. I was like, yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah.
It happens. The next one is Chop Me Up. That's a really good one. That was like
It's a really good one.
crazy to hear that like his son Silas was like,
Yeah.
and I was like,
I love that.
what kind of son you got, my man?
Silas loves Chop Me Up.
Yes,
That's
my son
so
loves
cute.
it too.
That is
We play all the
music.
time together.
That's a good one. That was a 10 out of 10. That was the one with 3 6 Mafia, right?
Yes.
I should have wrote that up.
Yeah.
That's my. I'll take it back. That's a 10 out of 10. That's one of my favorites on the album. I
Mine
play it
too.
all the time. I should know who's on the track. That's a great one.
I have it as a 9.5. It's one of my favorites. I'll just listen to it randomly, not even in the album order,
Mhm.
even though it's not a single. I think it could have been a single.
I do
Yeah.
too.
Should have been, for sure.
It should have been. I agree.
Yeah, I definitely have it on my like just regular playlist,
Right.
so it'll randomly come up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that song.
That
It was
song has
good.
so many parts to it that's so good too. And then again, the collab, like Timberland's in it, 3-6 Mafia's in it. You really can't go wrong with all of them combined together. I have it as a 9.5 as well, but I just love the feeling of it. And it's just one of those songs, again, like that part in What Goes Around Comes Around, like where he's in your face and he's like being like hardcore and like telling you direct. I like that. So, and I always, the line that sticks out, like, don't you try to play me like a silly clown, always is my favorite line of that song.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love that. And I just like go hard with it. Like I'm telling somebody, like, you ain't gonna play me. Like, you know. So yeah, top song.
I love
for
that.
sure.
Yeah, this one's definitely a banger for me. It's 10 out of 10. If I have the CD on in my car, I crank it up. I love it. It's such a good collab with Timbaland and 3-6 Mafia. It should have been a single. I'm really surprised that it wasn't. But yeah, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I think one of the major criticisms, and I'm not really sure who's responsible, so I'm not putting it on anyone, just as a preface it, but throughout his career with some of the songs that were more R&B or hip hop, African American oriented, how everyone had painted it, never got released as singles. All of his singles have been incredibly safe and incredibly mainstream for the general audience. I even saw it in Everything I Thought It Was, and I think this would have been a great song to showcase. As much as he said he was disappointed people didn't take Justified as the R&B album, he pulled R&B tracks off of FutureSex LoveSounds and then didn't release them as singles. Not sure who's responsible for that, but it was a mistake because I think he really does. Right, and I think he really does pull off R&B and hip hop well, and he could have done it at any time, and this would have been a perfect song to showcase it. So.
He should put that on the set list.
I personally would have. I mean, it is on the set list. It is on the set list. Very briefly.
Oh, is it? Did he sing it, or was it just the one that like played? I didn't hear it, so I don't know.
No, yeah,
it was on there.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like a short clip. I had it in the videos that I posted.
It's not anything. It's kind of like AO technology. It's a few bars. He doesn't really sing it, and then it's out. But it would have been nice to have a standalone performance, I think.
Yeah.
Like over Sexy Ladies,
Right.
Chop Me Up should have been it.
I think he gets so criticized for stuff, which is unfortunate because anytime he does something, like people just like to go all over him. So I feel like it was probably the label that was trying to play it safer because I feel like with him, he might not care so much and he might be like, hey, whatever, let's do it. Because that shows in the project when he was working with the band Free Soul, because he rapped on that and he put the video out and he showed that side of him and he got criticized. That's one of my favorite things that he's done. I love that. But anytime he puts stuff out like that, it's getting criticized.
I have to say that was one I couldn't tolerate. It was not a good move for me. But I mean, everything is different. Like I said, every artist. I'm not one of those people that everything my fave does, I'm gonna like. I'm just not that kind of person. But what we have to keep in mind is it's also a business. So a lot of data and a lot of research goes into things, and no matter how hard you like something or how well you feel about it, if it's not making money, if it's not landing with the audience, no one's gonna push you anymore or even listen, which just sucks. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I definitely think the label has had more to do, and I hope one day he will reconsider maybe Everything I Thought It Was, going back at trying again with R&B and trying again with hip hop, because I think it's something that he could genuinely pull off. But I do think if he were to do it, he'd have to drop it and walk away. like Kendrick Lamar, like Beyonce, like SZA, drop it and move on. Don't promote it. Don't do anything with it. Let it land and let people do with it what it will. Everybody else is doing it. It costs less money. Just do it.
Especially if he already has some of those songs on those 80 songs left.
It will carry itself. I do like that. So the next one, Damn Girl, that one gets a lot of criticism, but I like that song. I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
Jenny,
well, I am.
Jenny,
I don't understand. I
don't know.
That's my least favorite song. I never listened to it. I didn't even listen to it for the podcast. I listened to like 30 seconds and I was like, skip.
Y'all like sexy. Y'all like sexy ladies, but not Damn Girl.
Sexy Ladies, not. It's Sexy Ladies is 10 on my ranking of the whole album, and Damn Girl is 12 is last.
I like Damn Girl too. Yeah. It's not, on the top of my list, but it's not at the bottom of it. I like it. I had a good feel to it. It's funky. It's 8.7 for me. I like it. Like, I feel good when I'm listening to it. I don't skip it. I like it.
Yeah, it's funky. It's sexy. I like it. Yeah. It's kind of like a cabaret for FutureSex LoveSounds. But I
just like when you say Damn Girl too. Damn girl, damn girl. I'm like,
I think I don't like the repetitiveness.
Right. Let me show you.
Oh, okay. Repetitive.
So Jenny just blew up your spot. It was like, he said too much.
Oh my god. Love it. Yeah, I agree with Kels though. I mean, it's not one of my favorites, but I do vibe with it. It is a good song. It's funky, it's sexy, it's very danceable too. So it's probably 8 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, that ranked higher than I thought it would amongst us because a lot of people don't like it. So it's cool. All right, so Summer Love set the mood right. Like, okay, there's certain songs I hear where I go, I don't trust you if you don't like. I don't trust you if you don't like Summer Love.
It's number one.
Number one. She's got it. Number one.
Yeah.
And set the mood right. Just go ahead and get pregnant. That's all I'm gonna say. Just it's crazy. It's been a lot of babies
in your ear. That's what it felt like to me, and I'm like, oh,
right. It's recorded so well.
He did
too well.
I'm so happy he put that on the festival though. I don't know if you guys saw the video I posted, but I literally put it back to back to back so I could just watch it replay.
Oh my god.
For Summer Love.
I haven't let that go. Oh.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it. Because it was so short. I would wish we had like the whole thing, but like you take what you get at this point, so I just took it and just put it together.
Sure, that was the reason. Sure, that sounds yeah, so 10 out of 10.
And I think Summer Love wasn't like officially released. It was like fan released by the radio or something. Like people called in to request it, and it blew up from there. No video.
You're right. Yeah, You're right. And see, to this day, I would swear on a stack of Bibles that there was a release, but there's never been a video.
No,
she's absolutely
made it happen.
What a tragedy! Can you imagine if we had the video?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I got this. I gave it a 9.8. This is my highest ranking song. So I love it.
Because she's never gonna give anything a 10, so we'll take it.
What I'm gonna do is, when he releases his last album, I'm gonna go all the way back and write everything together, and then there'll be plenty of 10s.
I hope I never hear those words anytime soon, so I'm just gonna.
But I'm just saying, because if I give it a 10, and then he comes out with something that's so much better,
it can still be a 10. You can just give it a 12.
That's what I'm saying. Are we gonna release the rankings? Because I'll start doing that, and then I'll be like, okay, this.
You can earn more than a 4.0 in school. You can get a 4.6 or something like that.
All right, I'm gonna start doing that. Okay.
Just rank it higher than a 10.
Just rank it higher than a 10.
Mm-hmm.
This is weird.
Mine's 10.
All right, fine. And Summer Love gets his
10 out of
first
10.
10 for me, okay? 10.
I think we all give it a 10?
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah.
Except for Miss 9.8 over here. Bring it down
You
the
changed it,
bring
right?
it down the GPA.
It's the
Mhm.
closest to a 10, so.
It's officially a 10 now. I told you, I changed it. You convinced
All
me. 10.
Another this is interesting. It's Until the End of Time. I liked this song. I'll be honest with you, but it probably would have been maybe a 6 or 7 out of 10. Like, it was just okay. I know it's become such a legendary, iconic track for him. It ranks okay with me, 6 out of 7. It became an 8, and it became a 9 when he put Beyonce on the track. Because honestly, that's the only version I listen to. I don't even. Yeah, sorry, Justin. I'll listen to only yours no more. So I'll give it his version is a 7 out of 10. On the deluxe album with Beyonce is a 9 out of 10.
It's in the middle of the pack for me. On the album, I would give it like a 7-ish. I like the live performances better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I do
than
too.
the album track. Like, I'd rather just go listen to a YouTube video of it
right.
than put it on Spotify.
I agree. Absolutely.
Yeah, the song is good. I think the album version is rated a little bit lower than the live performance. I think I gave it like an 8 on the album, but like live, I gave it an 8.6 because I like he put so much into the song, and I really like the meaning behind it. But
And him playing the piano too.
Yeah, the piano. Anytime he plays another, like a different instrument, and he's performing the song to the fullest, I love that. Whether it's an acoustic version or if he's just doing it, and he can play so many different instruments. The man is just like endlessly talented, which is sickening sometimes. But
He's a quadruple threat.
He's a quadruple
it's
threat.
way more than that
I
now.
know.
Okay, we have him up to like 10 during this podcast. Okay, we forgot he can play basketball too. Okay.
Oh, maybe that was the quadruple.
And he looks
Right.
good in jeans.
He's a good flight attendant now.
Nobody
too.
gets that.
He looks good. Oh.
That's from
Yeah.
the nice tweets from Jimmy
Yeah.
Fallon.
Oh, that's right.
Good
And he
jeans.
looks really good in jeans.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot
That was
about
some very special tweets we read that day.
that.
That's so funny.
Special.
That was a good one. Next, 11, Almost There is Losing My Way. That's a really good song. It was different. Someone said it was written about like meth. Like, that wasn't crazy. I was like, it's meth or it's crack.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Either way it's said. I mean, yeah, it was definitely different. Again, obviously, I hope he's never been that down and out. But he was kind of able to put himself in the shoes of someone who has completely crashed out. And it's a very powerful song. I like that he did it live. Kind of sad I never ever saw it again. Like, I get it. It can be kind of a buzzkill if you're not careful. But it would be nice one day to see him do it again in maybe like an intimate setting of some sort. It was just so different, and it's so well done. I would feel comfortable giving it a 10 out of 10. I really can't. I never skip it when it comes out. Like, I don't run to play it, but I never skip it. So I'd give it a 10 out of 10. This album is ranking so much higher. I talk shit. Now I'm like, oh.
She's like, oh, this is my second least favorite album. Oh, my goodness.
What is happening?
You're eating your words, girl.
I am. What
That's
else
funny.
is happening?
Yeah, I don't go out of my way to listen to it either. But if
Uh-huh.
I'm listening to the album, I don't skip it. I would say it's
Right.
about like an 8 for me.
I like this song. I feel like it's like a modern folk style song because it's like storytelling, because it's obviously not from his point of view. Like, it's, not from him,
Right.
but it's like from his point of view. So I really like that. When he performed it for FutureSex LoveSounds tour, he had like the gospel singers,
Mm-hmm.
like
Oh,
the
that was
chorus.
so good.
It was so good. So, like, again, this song live gets a little bit of a higher rating because of the chorus and everything with it. I gave it an 8.6 on the album, and then an 8.8 live.
Nice.
I would give this an
I don't
8
know.
out of 10. It's a very powerful song. I love the gospel choir. Anytime I hear anything with a choir involved, I just get really emotional anyway. So
That's why he did it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's why he did it.
Everybody was like bawling. They're like, "Oh my god!"
But I don't really listen to it all the time. I mean, if it comes on, I'll listen to it. I won't skip it or anything. So, but yeah.
Right. And last is
Last
another song all over again. Last song, we've come to the end. This is crazy. Like, I've said this about this song multiple times, and I will hold on to this with much regret. But it's probably my favorite song on the album, which is wild. And I just love seeing him do it live. And I was like, man, like I said, he could have like slept with my family member and he sang that song. And I'd be like, you know what? That family member was wrong. And he's sorry. He's sorry. Oh, I'd be on the floor. It's one of those songs I have to be careful of where I listen to it to, because I just be like, I'll be out. It takes me all the way out. So 10 out of 10. It's mad crazy. It's mad crazy. He would start an album called FutureSex Love Songs.
Yeah.
Like, so I feel like that ending is like, he knows he's messed up in the relationship. He's courted the woman. They've done it in crazy places. The relationship got stale. He did something crazy, and now he's got to beg her to take her back. And then you start that cycle of love all over again. So it's weird to end it that way, but like I get the cycle of like love and newness and relationships that he's talking about. So yeah. 10 out of 10 for the final song. It hits.
I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10. Was it Never Again, the last song on Justified?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And it kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah, it's like a continuation.
It ends with that emotional song.
I would love to ask him, like, why does he do that? Like, he'd just be having, just be having a party.
Just like make you cry and then leave you.
Yeah, well, he did that with Alone on the new album.
Mm-hmm.
People cannot listen to that without crying. Well, so he always has one song on the album.
But then I forgot to flow the album. But then it picks up again a little bit. You know, you get Paradise, and then you get like Conditions and.
Yeah, Conditions is the closer.
The ends of Conditions. And
forget it.
By the time he gets to You Are Love, okay.
I'm actually glad he didn't perform that, because I would have just cried my eyes out. I wouldn't have made it if he did.
We would have left crying.
There's just no way.
Yeah, but he did it. He did it intentional. He made you feel bad and start crying with Alone. So then when it got to the Conditions part, you've forgiven everything. You're like, yeah, I take all your conditions. It's fine, because you're already like, he's got you with Alone. Okay?
Well, it plays when you leave, but I'm like...
Hey, you can do whatever.
He was like, he made you feel bad about how lonely he was, and then...
Yes!
Then he's begging you to take him back over his conditions because he's lonely? That is dying.
You feel bad for him. This is what happens, right? When you get like love bombed and all this stuff, a guy tells you like some sappy stories, like sad stories about life, and then you're like, oh, he's really been through it. And then you start feeling bad for him, so your defenses go down. And then
you are not making him sound good. I just want to point that out.
It's a general male thing. Males do this, okay?
I'm not unpacking that.
It's a whole other conversation.
I have studies on this, okay? In my psychology class, we learned this.
When you reference that to everything I thought it was, the FutureSex Love Sound, then you almost have kind of a connection there between the two of having that cycling through relationships and the story of redemption and kind of thing. So you can kind of see where that might have been like a kind of a callback to the flow, but that would definitely be on my list of things I'd want to ask him. Like, why do you feel the need to punch us in the gut on your way out the door?
Yeah.
You always do it. You always, now that I think about it, I think the 2020 experience might have been the only one he did not do that on. All the other.
No.
he has.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to look at all these albums.
When I think of
I'm like thinking 2020 is the only one I'm not super like I don't know it like this. All the other albums I do.
Oh yeah, when I think about the flow of the tracks, neither part 1 or 2 kind of end on that note. Because yeah, it doesn't end in like Blue Ocean Floor, which is kind of what takes me out.
Yeah, part 1, yeah, Blue Ocean Floor.
Well, those are bonus tracks, though, technically. So it does end with Blue Ocean Floor.
Oh.
Right?
Wait, Blue Ocean Floor was a bonus track?
No, Dress On and Body Count.
Yeah, Dress On and Body Count were bonus.
Dress On and Body Count. So
it
technically it does end in Blue.
Yes, because then you get a bonus.
Gotta get it. I didn't even notice.
And then the other one ends with Not a Bad Thing because of Blindness and Electric Lady are bonus tracks.
Yeah, that one doesn't really.
And then Young Man is Man of the Woods.
Yeah, that one, Young Man.
That one is kind of emotional, I guess. I mean, but it's still more like happy to me, so I don't find it as much of a gut punch. It's just kind of like
sentimental.
Really happy note. Yeah.
Like happy, sad.
And even like Bad Thing, which is not really my jam, it's still a little more uplifting. But yeah, I forgot Blue Ocean 4 because I've been listening to the deluxe. So
right.
Yeah, that's a pattern, my sir. All right, so we're gonna take a break for 2 seconds before we rank the whole thing. I just have a couple of comments, which I should have had handy, because I lost one. Hold on. Okay. So I asked people for like their favorite songs, and they said Nicole, Day One Nicole said Until the End of Time. I just really never get tired of it. It stood the test of time for me. I hear so many people say that, even though it's not like one of my favorites, they just absolutely love that song. And I remember him saying they like threatened him on Tiny Desk.
I was just gonna say that Tiny Desk that he had to put it on the set.
Like, you better not come in here and not say that song. Like, damn, okay.
Yeah.
LoveSounds.
Okay.
Right? I think she knows, just for the outro, which what we said, most people are in love with the outro. I love when Justin mashes 2 types of sounds together in one song, which he definitely does. That was by Fandom Masochist. That's an interesting name. I know her. And Jamie, Changing My Tune, said, a favorite song from this masterpiece? That's too hard. I'll go with My Love Today. But some days it's Love Stoned. So, facts. I'm one of those people that, like, I can never pick a favorite song because it's going to change. And I had one more. Rita X said, I love them all, but Losing My Way definitely is his most underrated song ever. With such a deep meaning behind, the way he sang it live was so memorable to me. And we definitely touched on that. I definitely think it's one of his most underrated songs, like, for sure. She definitely hit that one on the head. So, does anybody, I thought it was interesting. I didn't have this plan. No, My Love, but no Summer Loves. Just have a couple. I think people are like too afraid to pick their favorite song. People get kind of like, oh, I don't want to choose. And now I'm going to make you guys choose because I forgot to put it in the script. What is your favorite song from FutureSex LoveSounds?
Summer Love. I already told you that.
You did. She did.
I read it differently than you guys read it. I like ranked them 1 through 12 on there.
Yeah.
That was still genius, but that's cool. I was not specific. What's Kelsey?
Mine is Summer Love too. It's my highest rank. That one gets me every time. It's got everything in it for me. So Summer Love.
Okay, I already said mine was Another Song All Over Again, but it's such a battle because it depends on the day. It could be FutureSex LoveSounds. It could be Another Song All Over Again. It's between those two. Kelsey?
Mine's probably the title track, depending on the day. Like you, Janira, Another Song All Over Again.
Yeah,
it's another favorite too. You can't go wrong with anything, to be honest.
Exactly. You're not losing anything. All right. So now is the time where we do the big album ranking. And because I'm not good at math, my averages never make any sense.
Girl
It's
math.
gotta be higher than coming in, though. It's a higher rating now.
it is higher than coming in, which is surprising. Yeah, I was prepared to rank it lower, and now I can't because I have 7, 4, 10, 8, 5, 10, 7, 10. It's a lot of 10s.
Yeah.
That was very nice today. I
would say that's about an 8, right?
I would, yeah.
It's about an 8.
I have to give it a 7 because here's why. I just don't. I have to because I really don't hardly listen to this album as a whole, like I do Justified or like I do Everything I Thought It Was or 2020. So a 7. Production wise, I would give it a 9 out of 10. It's just some personal connections that I don't make with the album. But production wise, it would be a 9 out of 10. It was an iconic album. It changed so much. It influenced to this day. It influences so many young people. So, yep, iconic.
I'm gonna take that as a win for Team FutureSex LoveSounds because it's higher than I thought you were gonna give it. Because going in, I felt like you were at a 6. So
I
I'll
thought so
take
too.
7 as a win.
I think it is a win too.
I was at a 60. Oh my God, Jenny.
I don't have my average, but I would rank it a 9 because it was my favorite album until Everything I Thought It Was came out. And that one is a 10. So I'll put this one at a 9.
It was the same for me too. This was my favorite album until Everything I Thought It Was came out. So this one is a 9.5 for me, but Everything I Thought It Was is right there for me. But I go back and forth between the two because the weird thing is I do listen to more of the songs on FutureSex LoveSounds in a whole than Everything I Thought It Was because there's a couple songs that I skip on that, but it still ranks higher for me.
Yeah, I'm with Kels too. This was my favorite album before Everything I Thought It Was came out. Everything I Thought It Was is a 10 for me. FutureSex LoveSounds is a 9 for sure.
Yeah. How amazing is it though that this man puts out these albums though, and it's so hard to pick favorites.
Right.
Like not a lot of artists that can do that. And it's not just because he's my favorite, because there's things that he does that I don't like, honestly. But there's no other artist that I listen to where it's so hard for me to pick favorites, like whether it's favorite songs or favorite albums, than it is for him because he's just so musically talented and gifted that I feel like everything he does is a win. Even though Man of the Woods wasn't a favorite, when I asked people to go back and listen to it again, now they're telling me that album was so underrated, so they appreciate it now. So even though initially it wasn't higher ranking, people now are coming out and saying, you know what, this album was overlooked. So even his least favorite album is still getting praise.
Yeah. I have a couple artists I feel that way about, but he's definitely within the top 3 that, has changed the game and continues to challenge himself to do better and to do different. And I just hope he keeps that up. I hope he, considers going back to R&B and stuff a little bit, because like if people are not
songs.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if he did not like those songs, I respect it. I don't like it, but I respect it. Just, I would hope that, he just continues to do what he feels sounds good and is not curbed too much by what is going to sell.
And honestly, he's how old now? He shouldn't care anymore.
Right.
Just
44,
keep out the music.
I feel the same way. Just put it out.
He's had so much success that now it's like, just put them out for you. You know what I mean? Like you and your fans.
And your fans.
He just says, I have to make music. That's what I love. That's my passion. And I think right now at the age where he's at, that's how he feels. I don't think he cares about chart success or, what goes number one anymore. He puts out music for him and for his fans, and that's what everything I thought it was.
Because like what I told you guys, he could have discounted his album on iTunes when it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he didn't because he doesn't care.
Exactly. And I think now, like you said, Kelsey, with everything I thought it came out, he's starting to show that where it has like the lack of promotion, it has the lack of all of that stuff because he probably just doesn't care now. He's like, listen, I'm putting this out. Love it, hate it, whatever, but I'm putting it out. This is what I did. And that's why I'm hoping he's going to take those 80 songs and bring them out of the shadows and give it to us because, he's got so many songs.
Every single one and said they weren't good. I just hope even if he never touches one of those in particular, I just hope he's not holding himself back from certain sounds and inspiration that it's very apparent he has on his heart. But it feels like sometimes it's not a follow through. And I think just like Mirrors, I think the world would benefit. I think he'd be pleasantly surprised what that would do for maybe a change of pace in his image, even of where he's going as he gets older. So,
and correct me if I'm wrong, but as of all of JT Ride or Dies, okay, anybody that's fans of his, I think we really just want to see him happy, and then that trickles out to us. When he's happy, we're happy. Because I know we joke about it, Janera, where there's certain songs you don't like, but when you see him performing them and he's so happy, you can't help but get into it with him because you're like, oh, I love seeing him happy. Like, you know what I mean? So I feel like his fans, his true fans that are out there will appreciate anything that he puts out. So if something's in his heart and he wants to do it, we're going to appreciate it and take it in.
Well, I always trust, I always say I trust his, judgment and what he wants to release and what he's comfortable with. I would never want him to do something that he didn't feel comfortable with or stop doing something that he enjoys. It doesn't mean I'm going to be around to enjoy it. It doesn't mean I want to hear it. But if it makes him happy, then I want him to keep doing it, for him. So this was a great episode. Our next episode, this charted a while, but it was a lot to get through. The next episode, we will be talking about the FutureSex LoveSound tour, which I think Kels attended. Jenny, did you attend? No, Kelsey? Okay.
I did.
I know some people who may have, so.
We have the HBO special, too, to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be part of it. So we
was in college and poor.
Awesome. And fun fact, I interviewed one of Justin's dancers for the FutureSex LoveSound tour.
That's cool. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. So we'll get into that on the next episode. But thank you for joining us today. Make sure you follow us on IG, on Twitter, on YouTube, on TikTok, and let us know on any of those social media and in the comments, what is your favorite track from the album, and do you have any memories from the tour that you would like to let us know to be read on the next episode? And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.